What's going on, everyone? This is the Deep Rooted Podcast, created by Midnight Entertainment, executive produced by Hustle Vision Entertainment. This is your host, Anubis MN. You can catch me at Instagram at AnubisMN215. I'm here with, some familiar faces. I know y'all glad to see. We got
Hey, what's
YC
going
Urban
on, y'all?
back, Carl Safani back.
Yeah,
Got my
man, good to
sister
be back.
Ish Capiche.
How y'all doing? It's Ish Capricia. You can
Welcome
catch me
back,
on
welcome back,
Instagram.
welcome back. And we got two new members. We have Lady Shay and Rob. Oh,
What's
Rob,
going on,
is
yeah?
there any one thing you want to go by? Or you just gonna go by
No,
Rob?
Rob is cool.
Rob's cool. All right. Let them know
Yeah,
what your Instagram handles are, Lady Shay. Where can they find you at?
So you can find me at Simply Shay on Instagram. That's simp_Lee_Shay.
Rob?
How y'all doing? You can find me on Facebook, Rob Callan, last name CALLAND. You can catch me on Instagram, O_Fresh Prince of WP.
All right, all right, all right. A big welcome, big welcome.
you're welcome, bro.
You.
Yo,
Thank you. I'm sorry. My apologies. I was delayed. I didn't realize. But thank you for having me. I'm very grateful to be here today. Thank you. Nice to
thank
meet
you
all
for
of
being
you.
here. We appreciate it. YC, what have you been getting into, brother? It's been a minute.
I know, man. It's been a while, man. Just traveling. Was living in Florida for a little bit. Came back home. And me helped take care of the fam. Just been working, man. Keeping my head low. Try and release my first music project this year.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
So just been working on that, man.
All right, nice. What's been going on with you, Rob?
Oh man, grind. Just went back to work. Been grinding nonstop. Just trying to start real estate school.
Okay.
Nice.
Signing up for that.
Yeah,
Just learning the game. And reading books. Black Man's Guide to Financial Wealth in America. Just trying to get to some financial education for my people.
I heard about that book. I got to get that.
I also want to start a nonprofit coming soon, More Life. So all these goals, I've just been trying to buckle in and stay focused. And last night I went out, for the first time in a while, got some air, got drank, had a little bit too much to drink. So it's back to work. Right back to work, right back to the grind. So, I'm just hoping to push this thing on unity. It's very important for me.
Absolutely.
If we can unify, then we can strike a mighty blow.
Exactly.
That's I lost a cousin to lymphomic cancer recently, and
Wow.
he was a teacher. He was if good was a person, he would be there. That's him. He was a good man.
Right.
Loved by many. Never hated on nobody. All about positivity, and I think about him. He's in my heart because this is what he would have wanted me to do today. To start to try to build something, to try to spread knowledge and truth and understanding and unify each other so we can start living better lives. You know what I mean? More life. That's the mantra of my nonprofit is, there's more to life than what we're doing, and people don't know, so we have to educate them. I'm sorry I talk a lot, but thank you for letting me.
Oh, nah, we appreciate it. Make sure you send us the information too, because we can try to plug other people into it and everything, so we can help get that started. Because definitely one thing we do need is more unity, especially after what everyone has been going through this past year, and then also at the start of this year. So we definitely need that. Ish Capiche, what's going on? What's been going on with you?
Thank
Um, Well, recently I just moved back from South Carolina, so I'm back to Philly. Right now, just trying to get situated, trying to like look for something where I can like work from home, and just trying to. It's a lot of things that I do want to get in motion, especially for this year, but I just have to like put it into the motion. I don't want to talk too much about it until I actually get like some things stamped first.
I feel the same way.
Yep.
I concur.
Yep.
Manifest it, sis. Manifest it.
Exactly. I'm
Manifest
manifesting
it,
it
speak it into
and putting
Yep.
all
existence.
I'm gonna
positive
say claim
energy
it. It's
into
already
it.
yours.
Oh yes. That's what I'm planning on doing. Plus, you already know I got the little baby bun upstairs.
Got a new addition to the family.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Lady Shay, what's been going on?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Pretty much just working hard like everybody else, hustling, grinding, trying to fulfill my purpose in this lifetime, in this realm, working really hard to kind of secure those 7+ different streams of income. So I'm just focused. I'm focused, trying to keep that healthy balance like Rob, going out a little bit, you know what I mean, enjoying myself. So all about the healthy balance. For the most part, I'm just hustling, spending time with family, spending time with loved ones, taking care of myself, and just constantly looking for ways to elevate, in short. But you'll be seeing and hearing more from me. So, keep watching.
Awesome.
We definitely will.
Oh yeah, we dig it. We dig it. And thank you for being on the podcast. Also, we always want to bring in new perspectives, new faces, more ideas. It's wonderful having more people to be able to speak on broad subjects with, whether you're like-minded with different opinions or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Everyone with me, been getting into a lot. Recently started on doing the comic book portion of the Midnight Entertainment Company, where ended up hiring like a few artists to work on character concepts. What I wanted to do is I want to introduce more Black characters, more characters that look like us, that comes from the backgrounds as us. That a lot are in similar situations as us, like people that you can relate to more. Um, been working on that, getting that together, have like a fleet of scripts ready to go. Just have to do the hard part, and that's the character designs, finding the artists that can best capture what we look like our features and everything, without us looking like Batman and Superman.
Right.
And also, we do have the Midnight Entertainment LLC website up and running. Have that, somewhere in the comments, or what our executive producer Tony Ladon will do was bring it up for everyone to see. We moved on from our original first season, the shirts that we had going on there. We moved on to accessories now, so we have woman zipper wallets, as well as the travel bags, and we have book bags. So
And leggings.
yeah, and leggings. So I think the biggest thing would be also trying to work on the inventory, so we can do like pop-up shops, and take it from there, hopefully open up a storefront. But for right now, I don't mind working out of the house.
Exactly.
What we'll do is a quick topic on this pandemic, because it's taken a lot from everyone, with family members, with jobs. It's been very trying, and I know people they want to be able to connect to others that knows how they feel in the situation. Um, One thing that I do see is the explosion of Black entrepreneurship. We
Right.
have been getting out there and hitting the ground. I am so proud of us. So proud of us. And we've been showing a lot of unity with everything that's been going on, also with these riots, sticking together, you know, the loss of a loved one, trying to help each other out with the pandemics and stuff. Like it has been amazing. Um, what because like everything is happening in real time now, also with the election, and the rise that has been going on due to that. I would like to like briefly discuss that real quick. So let's see. Keisha, I'll start with you.
I knew it.
I'll start
Girl,
with you.
I knew it too. And I was like, don't pick me, don't pick me. I'm just joking.
Okay, so where are we starting with?
Pandemic.
Okay. Well, you know, I definitely agree with you when you were saying that, like, you know, a lot of Black entrepreneurs, you know, a lot of people have come into business, especially since this pandemic has started, which is good because, you know, especially with them giving out the small business relief and, you know, stimulus is actually helped a lot of people out. And shoot, a lot of people, they probably needed that push because a lot of people with them leaving their jobs or, you know, being laid off, or even if they lost hours, that helped them get put in a situation where they can actually take that time aside and work on what their passions are.
Right.
You know, and, you know, of course, not all people have benefited from the pandemic. You know, it's a lot of people that have actually lost everything due to the pandemic. And for those people, I do feel bad for, because, you know, you never want to see anyone in a position where they're not doing well. But, you know, I believe, like, from my viewpoint, like what I've been seeing a lot of Black people coming together, like on the unity side, to come together to try to do different stuff to help the community, you know, for the people that's suffering from the pandemics.
All right, let's see. Next, let's bring the newest member into this. Well, Rob moving around right now. We'll come back to
My
you, Rob.
apologies.
No, it's no fun. It's no problem. No problem. All right. So our OG member. Let's go to YC.
Oh man, your boy.
Yeah, well, I see your boy.
Yeah, man. You know my opinions, man. I see a lot of good, but then I see a lot of bad. You know, just from the, like, you know, the health aspect. Like, they may not say it, but like they just, like, people aren't as active as we were like before, like pre-pandemic. So like they got, like, I mean, they talk about obesity rates going up, and, you know, just everybody just not eating as good or as healthy as they should, or as you did before, because, you know, like, certain restaurants or places that you should go to, like, shop for business. I mean, they were either closed or, like, you know, you just can't reach them or whatever. So, like, that's kind of a bad thing. Like, and even with the stimulus checks, like, it's good that, like, yeah, like, people, like, they're giving up the money to, like, people that need it and stuff. But at the same time, there are people that don't know how to use that type of money. Like,
Exactly.
for sure, it's a lot of people that never had $1,200 like in their hands before. Like, as sad as that is, and, like, it's the truth. Like, and nobody's ever, like, you mean, budgeted any money or, like, even thought about, like, putting it into a business. It's like, I've seen people just, like, blow that money on stupid stuff like designer clothes and stuff like that. Like, even when they are struggling, like, and they won't start a business or, you know, invest in stocks, things like that. Like, I took this money, I invested in stocks.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, see,
man.
that's
Watch that money grow.
That's one of the reasons why, like, as a community, we have to actually educate people, because, you know, there are a lot of people that don't learn about stocks, you know, unless you self-educate. Like, I know in the schools that I went to, especially like be in South Carolina and in Philadelphia, I didn't learn about stocks until I got to Temple. And that's already in college. So, like, for a lot of people, even now, they still don't know, like, how to get into the stock market and how to invest. So that's something that, like, I feel like as a Black community, if we do know, for the people that are willing to learn, that's something that, you know, should be available so that more people can know, okay, invest a certain amount. I'm not saying invest the whole stimulus, because some people needed to catch up on bills.
Right.
Some people have children, you know, and they, whatever little bit of money they had, they just needed to put that into their family. But definitely for people who want to know how to expand their money and how to put your money someplace where it can passively grow. Like that should definitely be something that we work on in the future, like teaching people how to invest in the stocks and anything else that they want to invest in, like different side hustles.
How about this? By show of hands, if you believe that, if you would like for us to do a video introducing people to the stock market and showing them how to invest in stocks, and maybe like grabbing someone that will, of course, each of us will, like, you know, put in our the knowledge that we know when it comes to investing into the stock market, but also bringing someone that has like more experience with it, bringing them on, and we're just doing an episode on teaching our people how to take a certain amount of money and invest it into companies in the stock market. So show of hands, everyone that's down for it.
Most definitely.
That's everyone. All right, we're going to get on it. We're going to get on it. Rob, so we're going to go on to you now.
Again, forgive me. I just want to clarify the topic. The pandemic.
Yes. The pandemic, the riots, you know, everything that's going on currently right now in this situation.
All right. We are living, in my opinion, in some of the, honestly, I don't mean to be like, you know, I just got to be frank about it. We living in the craziest times I've ever seen in my life.
That's absolutely true.
At 37 years old, I'm 37. Pandemics, riots, Black people being killed by police one by one by one. I remember my father said when they first killed Trayvon Martin that this was just going to be the first one, and he said it's not going to stop. You know, this ain't going to be the first. This ain't going to be the last, and he was right. And
exactly.
It's sad that he had to be right about that. We just had white privilege shown that it's real because, you know, they went into the Capitol. You know, we wouldn't have made it past the steps.
Nope.
Made it to the grass.
I don't think we remember we
martial
didn't.
law would have been implied.
Exactly. Exactly. So, you know, unfortunately, a woman got shot in her neck, you know, by a Secret Service agent. She comes in and, you know, thinks she's gonna come through there, and he pops her in the neck and she dies on camera. I can't believe I'm seeing this. You know what I mean? It's like a movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for the upbringing that I had. My parents taught me to be pro-Black, you know, just to know our worth, know our value, you know. That's why my favorite rapper is Tupac Shakur, because, you know, his mom bred him for what he came to be, a revolutionist, an activist. He said, I will spark the mind and will change the world, in an interview.
Mm-hmm.
That statement alone could warrant you being killed by the powers that be, because they know that we need strong Black men to, you know, educate and that love us enough to tell us, look, stop killing each other. He said, stop. He said, the police, not really, they're killing us, but y'all killing each other more. And then when I say that, I'm attacked by a friend that's from high school of mine, and I have to block him because he wants to tell me that my timing isn't right. I think it was the perfect time to say it. We were in the middle of these riots, and here we are. Go ahead.
There's never a perfect time to tell somebody the truth.
Exactly. Thank you. That's why I was always, for so long, and I thank you for this platform, I was always like, man, I live in Philly, man. Like, even if I try to make some money, they might kill me. If I try to tell the truth, they're going to hate me for it. You know what I mean? You have to be careful, because right now there's 3 brothers, at least 2 or 3, that are in federal prison right now because they're being blamed for inciting a riot. People decided to burn a police car, and they're sitting in the feds because Donald Trump meant that. He said, you riot, and we find out, we got people, and we will come find you. He meant that. And they came and they got these men. And then the DA saying, oh, they're not going to get a trial date, and they're going to sit until trial. They don't even get to bail out and fight their case from the street. So
Wow.
I could
Yeah, we
easily be
don't get that luxury.
one of those brothers, and my heart goes out to them, and my prayers are my prayers are with them. But how is they going to tell you I don't think they told nobody to go burn no police car down, but they're blaming them for that. They're sitting in jail because somebody did that, and it's amazing. It's ridiculous. So we're living in trying times, and for those that are using a platform to try to help us, I applaud y'all. I love y'all for that. We have to unify. You know what I mean? Crime and the gun violence is up because of the pandemic. These people, can't go to work. They can't pay their bills. Christmas comes. They can't buy their kids gifts. I understand that. We have to understand the mental health component. People need people to talk to. All this stuff is so relevant right now more than ever with the times that we are in. So,
what would be great also for those other people that are, using their platforms to be able to get information out, go ahead and send that to us also, and we'll try to reach out to them, and hopefully we can do a collaboration. Because when it comes to a message being spread, the more messengers, the further it goes.
Definitely does.
Let's see. All right, so last but not least, Lady Shay.
Okay. I mean, there's so much that has happened as a result of the pandemic. It's like, where do I even start? I guess I'll just kind of speak on me personally. I kind of was one of the, I guess, the lucky ones. The universe was looking out for me. I was able to keep my job. I didn't have to worry about like a layoff. My hours weren't reduced. I think like for 1 week they were reduced, but my job really tried to make sure that they did what they needed to do to make sure that all of their employees kept their job. So I was grateful. I've been working from home since last March, so I'm coming up on a year soon that I've been able to work from home. So I've been really lucky, or some people might say blessed. During that time, and even before that, during that time, I've utilized that time to kind of build, to create, and put myself in a better position. My end goal is to always be in business for myself. So I was put in a position to kind of be able to work on that quicker. But not everybody had that luxury. And, I'm sympathetic and I'm understanding to others' situations. Something that, each Capiche commented on was about people not being able to take that stimulus money and, building and, creating and starting their own business. There was like some sort of meme that I saw on Facebook that kind of mentioned something like, if you don't come out of this pandemic, a business owner or something, they just were kind of shaming them. And I was just like, some people are literally just trying to live,
Exactly.
this $600 or $1,200. And, as much as we might want them to put it in stocks, as much as we might want them to, go ahead and buy that website and, whatever it is that you're trying to do, some people are literally just trying to survive. And I would never, shame someone for not utilizing this time in the pandemic to be an entrepreneur. The
Exactly.
one thing too about that is, as much as I want to see our people be in business for ourselves and be our own bosses, that's not meant for everybody. Everybody's not meant to be their own boss. We do need people. We need people in the White House. We need people. We need judges. We need, Black police officers. We need them to be other places too. So not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. For those who it is meant to be, you kind of feel that. You kind of, it's a little bit of a spark, and you kind of feel that, and you kind of go from there. You don't want to ignore your intuition. You don't want to, ignore those signs. But again, not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on that part. Something else that kind of affected me personally is mental health, and not so much. I have dealt with mental health in my past, but I know that there are a lot of people who suffer greatly depression and anxiety from just being home, maybe being laid off, or maybe they're not laid off, but maybe they're just in the house all the time. And it's kind of created this mass mental health issue for so many people, like across the world. And that was something that kind of resonated with me, because again, I've dealt with it. So one of the things that I've done is continue to do self-care, and making sure that I kind of got out of the house when I could, and things like that. So I think we'll talk on mental health a little later, but let me see, I kind of made a couple other notes. These riots, Yep, some of y'all might not agree with me on this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. I'm not mad about the riots. I am mad about our people, let's say, for example, going into our own neighborhoods, because we ain't going into white people's neighborhoods now. We're going in our own neighborhoods and tearing up our own stuff. Now, I'm not saying to go ahead to white people's neighborhoods, but I'm saying don't come to ours. Don't destroy your own place. Like, for example, in my area where I live, one of the pharmacies were trash, destroyed, period. And, somebody had mentioned to me, my grandmother, she can't go and get her medication. She doesn't have means of transportation. She lives a couple doors down or across the street, around the corner or whatever. And this is how she got her medication. And now she don't know how she's going to get her. So stuff like that is where I'm like, all right, okay, well, this wasn't cool. But besides that, Black people, I mean, there's ways to go about getting your voice heard. But for the most part, they try to mute us. They want us to shut up. They want us to sit down. They want us to be silent. So if Black people feel like I gotta tear some stuff up to kind of for you to hear me and what I'm saying to get your attention, then by all means, I ain't even gonna lie. Go ahead. Now the looting and stuff, honestly, I'm not even going to mention that. People do what they do. I'm on my business. I let people do what they do, just like I'm gonna do what I'm going to do, and I ain't going to judge nobody for it. It is what it is.
That's
But
an important thing. Live and let live. I be telling people that
all the time.
Live and let live.
Right.
It makes your life much easier. You ain't gotta worry about what I'm doing. Live your life.
Exactly. You ain't gonna live
There's
your
so
life
many toxic people
and
out
tell
here.
me how to live my life too. No, I don't work like that.
But at the same time, yeah, we got a lot of toxic people, but in the same note, like a lot of people, I know, like, I mean, because I'm from West Philly or whatever, but I live in Northtown.
West side.
You already know. But
West side be the best side.
yeah, you already know what it is. But yeah, man, like a lot of people just were born and just raised around violence their whole lives. So like,
they're a product of their environment.
Anytime a solution comes to mind, or like they like the first reaction they get to like want to do something is using violence.
Right.
I love that you say that, and I want to make, as y'all see, we're all making this distinction so everybody understands. Is we saying we understand the violence, we understand the rage, but we also do have to think and say, well, we are human and we have a choice and we can make a better choice or go about it a better way. Or, I find it hard for people to believe that they should take us serious when we say we don't want y'all to kill us and they're not supposed, but we should know, look, they're supposed to kill us. They're white supremacists. But are we supposed to kill ourselves? Are we? I was told that the worst form of ignorance is genocide of your own kind.
Very true.
Your own people. That's the worst form of ignorance because we're not supposed to shed each other's blood. So I do understand. You got to understand all the aspects and consider all those things, those factors. But this is where the prophets, I believe, were sent to each man, each nation, to teach peace. You know what I mean? God watched these people creating incest and robbing travelers that were innocent.
Raping and
pillaging, right? And so he loved us so he kept sending us messengers. So we do have to teach. Knowledge preserves you. If you have money, then a fool and his money will soon part ways. If you don't know what to do with the money, right? We just talked about that with the pandemic. Giving people $10,000. They never seen that much money in their life. They don't know what to do. What are they going to do? They're going to waste it. They're going to spend it. They're going to spend it on stupid stuff. They're not going to prioritize. They're not going to build. They're not going to invest.
Well, I can definitely understand.
Them. We got to teach them.
That's what I was saying.
Each one teach one. You know what I mean? Pay it forward. Right. Those are the things that I'm about. So I love that comment, brother. Like that helps me to expound on. Look, we love our people. We gotta teach them. Our people suffer from a lack of knowledge. We do.
Yeah. Right. And I believe one thing for certain. Like when it comes to like how our country has handled all of the relief, like the pandemic relief, because you see like I know that Italy, they gave their people, I think, $2,000 a month. And it
I
was a
believe
lot of
so.
other countries that actually helped to assist people, like basically cutting out mortgages for, you know, probably for about 6 months or so, so that people don't feel like they're required to go out and provide for themselves and have to worry about, will I lose my house if I go out here and risk my health? You know, a lot of other countries found different ways to handle the pandemic. And I feel like, you know, due to, I'm not even just going to blame it all on Trump, because it's a lot of other people behind him and that have more power than him. But, you know, I'm just saying, the people that are in charge of running the country and making decisions that are supposed to be helping the people, you know, yeah, if I was one of the people who got like $10,000 from unemployment, yeah, I probably would have been in a much better position. But, you know, with $10,000, I think that that's a lot of money for anybody to just, you know, make smarter decisions.
That's a lot of money to give to somebody.
Yeah,
I
it
agree.
really is.
I definitely agree. So, guys, I got a special guest for our next part of our podcast, author Jay Brinkley. We get to interview our first book author.
Alrighty.
And it turns out he's kind of like he's, I guess, like through the experience that I went through, because I forgot to mention that also, that me, Ish Capiche, my mother, we went through the process of getting our DNA tested and found out that we are from the Tikar and Osa people from Cameroon. And I ended up going through a process of getting a naming ceremony where I've met other like distant cousins. So this guy is also a distant cousin of ours. So shortly we're gonna have him call in and interview this brother. Everyone, again, this is the Deep Rooted Podcast, created by Midnight Entertainment, executive produced by Hustle Vision Entertainment. We'll be right back. Hope you enjoy. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Rooted Podcast, created by Midnight Entertainment, executive produced by Hustle Vision Entertainment. This is your host, Anubis MN. You can find me at Instagram at AnubisMN215. These are my lovely panel of co-hosts, Lady Shay, Ish Capiche, YC, Crossafani. Let them know where they can find you guys at. Lady Shay?
Yes, hello again. This is Lady Shay. You can find me on Instagram. My handle is Simply Shay. That's simp_Lee_Shay.
Ish Capiche?
What's going on, everyone? As you know, my name is Ish Capiche, and you can find me on Instagram at ishcapiche215.
YC?
It's your boy YC, man. You already know what it is. Follow me on Instagram, YC_Carl Sefni. It's spelled KARLSEFNI. Pretty much the same thing on Facebook, just without the underscore. I'm going to change my name today because I kind of got hacked. So, you know, I've been trying.
Stay off the account hackers.
Yeah, and then Rob stepped out, but he'll be back and he'll give his where you could reach him at on social media. Today we have a very special guest today. We have author Jay Brink. It's great to have you on the show.
Welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So, who is author Jay Brinkley?
Well, Arthur J. Brinkley, I was born and raised in Tifton, Georgia. I grew up, with a single parent. My mother that just recently passed in January.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm so sorry.
I have 3 older brothers. Shoot, I was bad growing up, in and out of juvenile and stuff. Um, let's see what else. I mean, that's pretty much just simple, man. I don't want to go on and on about it, but I just come from uh, uh, a hard environment or whatever. But
Mhm.
as the show progress, you will see that I still turn something negative into something positive.
Exactly. And that's a beautiful thing.
Mhm. So that's a part of life.
Right.
So let's go to the questions. YC, what is your question for author Jay Brinkley?
Yeah, I only really came up with like one question just because, I don't really talk too much, but like when I got questions, it's always like mainly my thing was like, what were your biggest motivations or inspirations for like your works of your books and the things that you write?
All right. Well, just to add on uh, to the previous question, I write in the genre of urban fiction, contemporary romance, and crime fiction. I got a little poetry and I'm doing some self help stuff, and I just recently released a children book.
Nice.
Um, but to answer your question, I would say, uh, matter of fact, I'm gonna be 100% transparent about this whole situation. All right, listen. So I got incarcerated when I was 14. You know,
Mm.
they gave me life, 20 years consecutive and 20 years concurrent. Right.
Ooh.
All
Oh,
right.
wow.
So, and, of course, like any other team, I came into the prison system. I was buck wild, didn't care. I felt like my life was over. Um, so to a certain extent, I had given up. So as time passed, I guess you do, get older, wiser whenever you get older. And so I always been curious about, just learning my African roots and stuff like that.
Right.
So that been like a major motivation. Believe it or not, I always call my mom was the type. She was like, "Y'all gonna watch these roots." She used to make us watch roots. You go to sleep, she's gonna whoop you. Yeah, for real. So I always drew within myself to get the inspiration. You know what I'm saying? The courage that I needed to face whatever opposition that I encountered. So basically, I draw from my inner self and my own personal experience, but I also look at the people that I encounter on a daily basis, and because I use their experiences as well to incorporate a story. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's why most of my stories be realistic and relatable because I can be able to draw from that source.
Okay.
Nice.
Life
Right.
experience.
Yes.
Uh, Lady Shay, what would be your question?
Okay, my apologies. Let me bring that up. All right, kind sir. So, what advice could you give to aspiring authors that are in the process of creating their own pieces of literature, or those of whom want to take the first step in writing but don't know exactly how to go about doing so?
Well, always, regardless, just be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be real with yourself. Know your vision and go for it because there will be people that tell you that you can't do it because they don't have the courage to do it themselves.
Mm.
So you will have some people that, I mean, you just got to watch it. And then you have those that pretend to, act like they, there for you and they support you, but in all actuality, they don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Hmm.
really like what
Yeah.
you're doing. So at the end of the day, I think you have to measure success with you accomplishing your goals. You have to, have like a to-do list. And as long as you lay down at night and be comfortable with your choices that you made throughout the day, I mean, that's all matter. But as far as in the writing game, it's real tricky. I used to think that writing was the hardest part, but once as I got into it and start understanding the business side to it, I started realizing that marketing is the most important thing. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a product now, how you gonna market it? You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Then you gotta you got so much competition, so you gotta figure out a way to make yours stand out over others.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but as far as the market, like producing the book or whatever, it's pretty much simple. They have multiple platforms out there that you can upload your work for free. But
Hmm,
it all
okay.
it all depends on what you're trying to do with your work too, though. because you got to be real with yourself too and say, well, if it's all about ownership, then you would want to go about doing it the legit way as far as getting your ISBN numbers, your barcode numbers, copyrights. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that everything is in order so that you can, create generational wealth.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, Ish Capiche, do you have any questions?
Oh yeah. So I saw that you have your own company, Voma Publications. Congratulations on that. Because
Congratulations.
I know that's something that's really important, especially because, with a lot of Black people, it's great to have your own publishing company so you won't have to worry about trying to get into one of their publishing companies and stuff like
Right.
that. So have you faced any obstacles as far as having your own company?
Uh, I would say the only obstacle, is really the fact that, I'm limited to what I can do because of
Right.
my circumstance. You know what I'm saying? But as far as
Yes.
like having an actual plan, I have a plan. I've been had a plan. This thing could be, shoot. Believe it or not, I can be the next friend of my house. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And but and no, and plus it will happen. It will happen. So remember my name.
Oh, definitely.
But but I, other than that, I have had authors reach out to me and want me to sign them, but I always turn them down because I feel like I'm not in the position that I want to be in right now. But I'm still
Right.
doing good for myself. And I had a dude that I did take up under my wing, and like I was explaining to him, I was basically saying like, look, I can't make people go buy your work just because they go buy mine. I can't make them go buy yours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
And because I have been with a publishing company before too, and like I tell people, a publishing company don't guarantee you success. You know what I'm saying? I done seen where people sign with publishing companies like
Mhm.
myself, and it didn't do really anything for my career. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I sell more when I'm independent than when I'm with an actual company.
Wow.
Right.
Um, but I've seen just the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Well, there have been people that signed with companies and they, career took off. But either way, whether you with a publishing company or not, um, you will still have to promote your work, and do all of the dirty work regardless. So that comes to the question of me always asking myself, well, if I'm doing all of the work anyway, then what's the point of me paying the publishing company?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That
You
makes the
know?
most sense.
Yeah. So that's why I say I'd rather do it myself. Besides, I have more flexibility. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about time frames as far as having a book produced and rushing my work. I could just, or if I don't feel like writing, I just say, you know what, forget that. I'm gonna take a week off or a month off. You know what I'm saying? I can do it, but
Right.
when I drop a book, it's like I'm paying myself.
Yep.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Seriously.
I agree. I agree. Um, Rob, are you here? Right now, you're muted.
I had myself muted.
All right.
Sorry.
So, do you have any questions for author Jay Brinkley?
Um, please forgive me if this question was already asked. I just wanted to know what inspired you to start writing, and who or what inspired you, and what drives you the most in like your storylines, as far as like what gives you your inspiration for your storylines, your um, and the depictions and the way that you're able to depict your own people.
All right. I kind of answered that question before, but I
I'm
have
sorry.
more insight that I can give.
Mm.
Um, well, I'm a hustler.
I know that's right.
I'm a natural born
I
hustler,
am
man. I
too.
ain't gonna
So
lie to
that's
you.
I
You
know
know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
So when I first wrote my first book, which was Tears of Evidence, I wrote my first book,
Mm-hmm.
and I had this little concept like, man, I'm gonna make millions of dollars or whatever, But I wanted to do it to try to help myself get a lawyer to get out of prison. So that
Mm-hmm.
was my first motivation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But after I was disappointed, but it was like a gift and a curse because I didn't get the monetary result that I wanted, but I got positive response.
Okay.
And that led me to be like, you know what, dang, maybe I might be all right at this. You know what I'm saying? Let me write another one. So I wrote another one,
Okay.
and I got, good feedback. Then I did another one. And then,
Mhm.
I just started actually liking it. You know what I'm saying? So I said, man, you know what? This will keep me out of trouble, and at the same time, I can see this going somewhere because now I'm in a position to where I done built the foundation to make over $100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just to give you a scenario, let's say if I got 2,000 people to buy one book for $12, that's $24,000.
Yeah.
See, hustling. That's
So I got about
entrepreneurship for
15,
you.
20 books now. So you do the math.
Mhm.
And
Right.
then
That's
and
awesome.
then most times that one person gonna end up buying at least 4, 5 books, 7 books, maybe all the books. You know what I'm saying? But so there you go. Like the numbers don't lie.
Yeah,
Look,
man.
I did my support. Definitely end up copping one, and I'm going to cop some more
That's love,
into
man.
my collection.
Yeah.
That's love. You slinging books, baby.
Yeah, it's all about switching,
Legally, man.
yeah,
Legally, yeah, man.
switch the dope game mentality because it's all product. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
The hustle game still apply. Your tactic or whatever, but
Hmm.
you just switching the negative mentality or slinging illegal product into something positive. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I don't just sell books now. I sell shirts and everything. I have my own
Mhm.
shirts and masks and all types of stuff that I got going on.
Right.
Okay.
That's awesome. I love
Well,
to
let's
hear
see.
that testimony that if you really you got an ambition and you a hustler, it don't matter the product. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Right.
You could push it if you believe in yourself. Somebody else gonna appreciate what you got. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And
If it,
and then not I mean to even add on to what you said, like even when I first started out, I didn't get what I wanted.
Hmm.
But by me staying, true to myself and my vision, now I got the money to get me a lawyer.
And
Right.
consistency is so important. So,
Hmm.
that's important for the younger people too, because now, we live in a generation of instant gratification. Everything gotta be quick, boom, boom, bop, bop, push a
Mhm.
button, boom.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
now,
nobody wants to grind.
I need it
And
now.
I
Yep.
remember, being when I was locked up, I had a chance to read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, I
And
remember that.
it was a story about the guy that was mining for gold, I guess, or digging, and then he gave up. But as soon as he gave up, the next person came behind him and struck gold. You know what I'm saying? Hit the
Right.
jackpot because they had gave up. You know what I mean? So consistency is so key.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
because eventually somebody gonna see you, somebody gonna appreciate you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember even we reading DMX autobiography, and he like everybody else got signed, like the Locks, Arab, all Jadakiss, all them, everybody was signed. Everybody had got on before him. He was the last one to get on, but he single handedly saved Def Jam by himself. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
It's actually it that goes like with everything that you're doing, it goes hand in hand with the question that was asked about if you have anything for the people that are any knowledge for the people that are looking to get into it themselves, that work that first book, it may not do it, but you'll get some recognition from it. That
Mhm.
second book, more people are looking forward to the next book. That second book may do it. That third, next thing you know, you have a whole catalog.
Mhm.
um
Right.
let's see. Question. Each capiche? Any other question?
Yeah. So, since you were awarded the Book of the Year by the African Americans on the Move Book Club, how has that helped to motivate you with any new work that you're working on in the future?
I was excited, believe it or not, because it's just amazing to be able to touch people from the place where I'm at. It feels good to be able to wake up and I get messages from readers, and they be like, "Hey, I enjoyed your book, man. It was good. When you gonna drop another one?" Uh, Most of my stories always have a moral to it. So some people get it, some people don't. But it is what
Right.
it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I even went and looked at some of the great writers, and even they got negative reviews. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna like your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
don't get discouraged because you got one or two people, bashing your work or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just look at it as, the fact that they did check it out, they gave their opinion. If it's some truth in it, you know, dissect it and keep moving. But if it's nothing that you feel that you can take from what they said to actually better your craft, then just keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you know, just have a positive mind about it.
Right.
So I was most definitely happy about that.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes,
Congratulations.
congratulations on that. I know that had to be like some really great news for you.
Right. My mom was happy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one thing that really do bring me closure because I do know that even though I took it through hell, growing up, at least she had a chance to see me actually get it right. You know what I'm saying? Say,
Right.
oh,
yeah,
now I can relax because I know he got his, shit together. So yeah.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes,
Um,
that really is.
let's see. So I got one. So respectfully, what more that you're able to speak on can we expect to see in the future?
Man, I got a slew of books, in the making. Like, four are already done. I got a self-help book that I'm about to release.
Okay.
Sometime next month. It's gonna be sometime next month. I got an erotica that I'm gonna do for Valentine's Day. People kept asking me about that.
Okay.
So I got an erotica coming too. So I'm just all over the place. I just show my flexibility, to be able to
Mm,
write in multiple genres. A lot of people can't do that. So I
Mhm.
Yeah.
right.
feel to be able to write about crime, to be able to write about suspense, thriller, uh, urban. But I don't try to too much glorify the urban stuff because I feel like how many ways can you write a dope story? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
then a lot of times, what I'm saying, whenever people do get hemmed up or whatever and go to jail or prison or whatever, man, shoot, ain't nobody in their right mind finna be sitting up there waiting on nobody that got that much time. You know what I'm saying? It's real rare. It's real rare. You know what I'm saying? So it's whenever you got the money and everything, the spotlight. But the truth is, like, you know, I'm not gonna normalize something that is not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't,
Mhm.
I'm at a level of consciousness like I'm like, I don't feel like that actually represent my brand. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I wouldn't even do that. So when I do, or when I have wrote about that type of stuff, it always been the positive side of the person was in the game, but he ended up getting out the game and he did something positive with his life. You know what I'm saying? He became conscious that the genocide ain't what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah,
That's
and then
awesome.
just being men, like I want to push more family units. You know what I'm saying? Like family structure, people. Us being together as a family. Like we need more of that than you know
Right.
people in the streets and killing each other and coming to prison. And then she got to raise the kids on her own, and the kids grow up mad, don't understand what's going on, and
Mhm.
it's just a vicious cycle. You know what I'm saying? So I want to try to figure out a way to break the cycle. The same way with music, books can do the same. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
we have a voice.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And it's good that you're actually taking a spin on that because, a lot, I feel like especially in this era right now, like they don't really try to push the family aspect when it comes to like Black communities and Black couples and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Typically, like the message they want to see is like, either the man
Destruction.
moves on and he has another family, or
Right.
it's always something where like it's always some kind of friction, like baby mother, baby father
Right.
friction.
Right. Right.
They don't normalize because there's a lot of Black families out here that, they just stick together. And
Right.
I like that you're actually trying to normalize that in your books.
Yeah.
Right.
We definitely commend you for that because that's something that's it's huge in our community. It needs to be normalized. Um, what about let's say movies? Is there a plan to get one of your books done in a movie, or even like let's say that book right there, have it done written up in like a script and trying to present it so that can actually help get that message out there also?
Most definitely. I shopped around. Matter of fact, I just recently had a dude. reached out to me, that dude filming, he out of Texas, and he asked me to send him a couple of my books to put into one of his movies. So I was like, wow, that's most definitely an honor to be able to participate in that. And
Yeah.
so I had asked him like, what would his prices be to help me turn one of my books to a movie. So we talked about it,
Okay.
and I also talked to some more other people. But once again, to me, it's just like a stepping stone. I gotta, I want to first get myself out of this situation first. Then once as I get out of here, then I can be able to do bigger things. But I have made connections with people to be able to do bigger things once I get out.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
What we'll do for this episode, we're actually going to plug your website. And so for those that are looking to, reach out, get in touch with you either on your social media and as well as through your site to purchase your books and any other of your merchandise, we'll plug that in so they know where to go. Because like it's great reads right here. Great reads right here. Like I think that's something that's big that's going on also is that more of us are actually getting back into reading books, whether
Right.
it's self-help books, whether it's about financial literacy, whether it's about getting into real estate. More of us are actually reading. Like it's becoming it's being normalized now in our culture.
Right.
So that's one thing that we'll definitely do and help get you out there, brother.
Hey man, I appreciate it, man. I'll just keep it all simple, man. Y'all just go to www.arthurjbrinkley.com and you have all of my social media tags there. Um, and you can email me. Everything is right there on that site, so you don't have to go anywhere else to try to find me, because it's
Yep.
all right there. Blogs and everything.
Nice,
Right.
nice. Well, we want to thank you for for coming on our show, for giving us the
Yes. Thank
opportunity
you
to be
very
able to
much.
interview you.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
want to thank y'all for inviting me, because this is, hey, I'm trying to, like, I got some bigger plans, man. Like, I appreciate y'all even giving me the platform to be able to, voice my opinion about things. So,
No problem at all.
All love,
thank
brother.
y'all. Yep.
All right, everyone. So this has been the Deep Rooted Podcast. We thank you all for joining us on these, wonderful years that we have been doing it. And of course, we're going to have more to come. We're going to be inviting more, um, you know, having different types of co-hosts coming on every now and then, as well as different interviews. Stay tuned because we got more great things in the process. So whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on the Anchor app, whether you're on Instagram, I believe we'll work on the Twitter also, get it on there too. Follow us, hit that follow button, hit that share button, hit that like button. This is the Deep Rooted Podcast created by Midnight Entertainment, executive produced by Hustle Vision Entertainment. Signing off. Thank you, everyone.
All right,
Peace.
everyone, have a good one.